All right, thank you for joining. Today we will go over Bitcoin USD perpetual contract Bybit chart. And yeah, not much has changed. We got a little bit more information. We are still using this overall fixed range volume profile tool just to see where the value area low, value area high, and point of control is in terms of Bitcoin and its fair value, right? So currently, it is right back at the point of control. Point of control is always going to be a magnet, and the point of control roughly is sitting at that $111,300, right? And that's exactly pretty much where Bitcoin is. So we failed to break above and maintain the $125,000 price for Bitcoin before that massive sell off, right? We attempted to go back and fully rotate the profile, failed, came back to the value area low. There's still buyers down here suggesting that they're willing to pay for Bitcoin at around $104,000. So that buying pressure is still there. But the selling pressure seems to be currently, I would say, outweighing the buyers, right? A little bit, because we had an attempt, that's one. We had a second attempt here, failed. Third attempt, and failed. The good news is on a 4-hour time frame, this is technically going into a bullish market structure, right? Because, well, I guess it is technically already a bullish market structure because we had a higher high, because we can use this as a pivot. Lower low, higher low, higher high, and it's trying to hold a support here as a higher low once again to then possibly take out these highs and fully rotate to the value area high, which is at 120,000 roughly, right? Give or take. Resistance around 119,000. In my opinion, that is still the main target unless we begin to lose these $106,000 lows. That's the most important lows in my opinion. Locally, so the current range based on the sell-off which happened a few weeks ago because of the whole, I think it was Binance got hacked or something like that. But yeah, that range, as you can see, go ahead and hide this one. That range, as you can see, price is just maintaining that range, that fair value range, right, between $115,000 to $109,000. So you want to long below or at the value area low of this range. You want to short at the value area high, and it would have worked out quite nicely a few times, right? Here you would have been stopped out, but once price came back above, traded to the point of control, moved stop to entry, did it again. This one happened very fast, but entered again, you would have got the full rotation here, and now you got the full rotation to the downside. So let's just see what happens next. We fully rotated the local profile back at the point of control. Sellers are still in control. You could draw some trend lines if you'd like. And we're just seeing how price really matures over the next few days here. Right, respecting these trend lines, close back inside. Personally, I'm not really sure what to say what will happen. RSI is oversold on the 1 hour. So maybe we get a push to the upside. The 4 hour is making its way down. Maybe it can push a little bit lower. Pretty much indecision happening with Bitcoin right now. So what I would say is pretty much stay patient. The best trade would have been about an hour ago, right? Maybe 30 minutes ago, where if you just waited for this low to be taken, a few of these lows, you could have entered a long trade. It happened very quickly, but you could have entered a long, right? Yes, that updated because of the different time frame, but let's just say we go here, put this here. Marked out these levels here. All right. So that was the low for the most part, right? Let's go down to the 5 minute. And yeah, you can possibly would have maybe it would have been pretty aggressive, but you could have entered long once we got to close above the range low here or pivot low. And look how much that respected it very nicely, actually, right? Before breaking above, back testing it, and pushing up. So once again, rejecting, and looks like it's trying to move lower once again, possibly to fill that wick. Yeah, so in my opinion, I'll just look for these lows to be taken one more time. Yeah, there's a little bit of a support resistance pretty much right here, right? Resistance, support. So would really look for price to come back down to these levels, sweep these lows, hopefully hold this low. Buyers still maintain the upside pressure here, and we just fully rotate once again. If not, if Bitcoin is very weak and we start to lose these overall value areas, let's go here. Then yeah, this is very interesting here. So since we broke out here of around 73,000, the point of control sits at around $98,000. So yeah, if we start to lose this, then that would pretty much be my next major target. And that's if we lose these lows and things just start to look a little weak, then yeah, that would be a clear target. Sweeping the lows from right here, right? Have a little bit of an order block here too as well, where some orders are just hanging out. Yeah, so if things continue to be bearish, definitely targeting 97,000. Be looking for the next possible long trade. And maybe that lines up with some of these golden pockets. Let's go ahead and see really quick. Pretty close, right? Yeah, so that $96,000 to $94,000 zone would be the next best area for a long trade if we just fail all these levels, and then things will be looking very interesting, a lot more bearish in my opinion, because in a higher time frame, daily time frame, you're now for sure in a bearish market structure, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Lower low could be made right here. Lower low, do another lower high, another lower low, and who knows how low that can go, right? So we'll just see how everything plays out over the next few days. And yeah, in my opinion right now, we are at support. I mean, we were at support, trying to fight to get to the upside, but yeah, not really a place to enter a long. Either wait for price to go back up here, enter a short, or short at the overall value area high, around 119,000, or wait for price to come back down to around 108,000 once again, or even 106,000, right? So let's just see how everything plays out. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on X. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining and take care.